What's up, kid?
What a weekend, man.
Just the two musketeers today.
Hey, look, heading strong today.
I'm glad we both made it back.
Dude, how you feeling this morning?
Are we in the trust tree?
I'm
a little slower.
You're under the wing.
I'm a little slower.
You're under the wing.
You know, we had to send the kid off right. You know,
we did though.
Word is he just landed in Paris.
The plane landed. Everybody.
The plane made it.
The plane made it. 13-hour flight. I wonder how Jake was on the plane.
What was when we asked the Booster Club, will Jake make it to Paris for his honeymoon?
It was 72% yes. 72%.
Wow.
They're stoked. I bet he was.
That's like 40% of the people didn't think he was
David, I just can't imagine how long he just freaked out on that plane.
You think so? Was it bad?
Poor Reed. Poor Reed. I swear, poor Reed.
If the marriage can handle that early, they're good.
You're damn right.
All right, fun weekend. We're going to get into all that, right?
Correct.
Maybe have some photos, maybe a little slideshow.
Yeah.
Can't wait, kid.
I might propose to you today on the show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
To me?
Yeah.
It's going to be a yes. The son of legendary coach Bo Schembechler resigns from Michigan football following allegations of racism. The Miami Heat take a 3-0 series lead over the Boston Celtics, and Brooks Koepka wins the PGA Championship for the third time. I'm David Cohn. Welcome to Crane & Company. Just days after accepting the position of Assistant Director of Football Recruiting for the University of Michigan, Glenn "Shimmy" Schembechler, son of legendary head coach Bo Schembechler, has resigned. The departure comes amid scrutiny that Schembechler's social media activity showcased racist behavior. Now, for full disclosure, while I did know Coach Bo Schembechler, I do not know his son. I have no idea if this man engages in racial bias or if his skill set warranted being hired in the first place. But I do know that accusations of racism are serious and must be investigated, which is why I was surprised that article after article lacked any detail of what exactly these posts said. Finally, I found that Schembechler had engaged with content from the likes of Jason Whitlock, who is himself a black man and a guest of this program, as well as quotes from Thomas Sowell, another black man who is one of the foremost economists of the last century. This left me with two thoughts. One, either I'm missing something and Schembechler did indeed support posts that intend to discriminate against people based on their ethnicity, which begs the question, how did he get hired in the first place and who will be held accountable for that hiring? Or two, Schembechler did not actually engage in any racial bias, but using the term racism is being used as a catch-all phrase, which prevents us from needing to articulate the specificity with which we disagree with one another. In other words, there's a political disagreement rather than a racial one. Now, Athletic Director Ward Manuel issued the following joint statement with Coach Jim Harbaugh. We are aware of some comments and likes on social media that have caused concern and pain for individuals in our community. Michigan Athletics is fully committed to a place where our coaches and student athletes feel welcome and where we fully support the commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, keep in mind, head basketball coach Juwan Howard physically struck an opposing coach during a game last season, yet still has his job, which sends the message that more pain is caused from social media than from a literal slap in the face. Now, Michigan football is coming off back-to-back Big Ten championships and college football playoff appearances. And Jim Harbaugh will return the best roster he's had during his tenure. So the expectations are high in Ann Arbor. But if the Wolverines want to vie once again for national titles and contend with the likes of Georgia, Alabama, LSU, and Clemson, then the program must be fully focused on athletic excellence and eliminate all other distractions, whether political in nature or not. Blaine Crane.
Well done, sir.
My co-host today.
Well done,
yes, sir. What's going on, man? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm confused. It's funny when it comes to stuff like this, you get fired over apparently racism when you like two African-American tweets. Let's not forget about this Michigan team did hire a woman to be their quarterback's coach last year. And I think a lot of this has to do with the success Michigan's having. I mean, if Michigan wasn't going to the playoffs, wasn't winning the Big Ten, I don't know if this would have happened. I don't even know if this would be in the headlines.
What do you mean by that?
It's just when it comes to Michigan, right? they're all for free speech and all this. And if this was such racism comments, why can't I find them anywhere? Did you find them? I looked all through and couldn't.
This started while we were at your brother's wedding.
Exactly.
People started sending me these articles, and I wasn't really checking them because we were having a good time, which we'll get into a little bit more later. But I was looking at them the next morning, and I was like, well, man, this is not good. Because obviously, and here's a few things that you have to know, right? Like, Bo Schembechler is a legend. I went to work every day at Schembechler Hall. This is where, like, this man is a legend, and Michigan football is what it is today in large part because of what he did. Now, I don't know his son, right? I don't know. It sounds like he was a recruiting director for NFL teams, and obviously Jim Harbaugh played quarterback for Coach Schembechler, so it makes sense that he was hired. I don't know if there was any nepotism there or if it just makes sense to hire a Michigan guy to help lead recruiting. So I was surprised that, man, all these articles, I can't see, like, what exactly are the posts? That seems like something you would lead with, and if it's bad enough, this should just take care of itself, right? When I did find the post, that's when it started coming up names like Jason Whitlock and Thomas Sowell, and obviously, somebody's on Twitter long enough, I don't know everything this guy's liked or post or anything like that, but it started to seem like, oh my goodness, is this another example of someone being canceled because they're a conservative rather than actually racist? Or if he, like I said in the open, if there's racial bias there, then we have to blame the hiring in the first place.
For sure.
You coached. You, for a living, to feed your family, had to go and recruit kids to play college football for you so that you could coach them up. Either way you cut it, it's probably not a good look, right? When you're trying to go and recruit kids, if there's any sort of distraction from the program at all as you're getting ready to head into fall camp. Now, it's May, so this story will be gone by the time football season starts. But just from your perspective, is this something where do you think that there's like actually racial animus based off what you've heard? Here's one of the quotes from Thomas Sowell that I was able to find. Now, this is an economist, right, from the 20th century. He's still alive today, but I think this quote is from last century. The black family survived centuries of slavery and generations of Jim Crow, but it has disintegrated in the wake of liberals' expansion into the welfare state. So, again, this is like an economist stating that, the welfare state has set back the black community. And this was liked, I guess, by Shimmy Schembechler.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I think it was a mistake on his part to even like something like this that could be up for controversy. I mean, why do that in the first place, especially when you're a recruiting coordinator? But when it comes to hiring somebody...
Well, he wasn't in that position probably when he did this, right? Like, he was probably just a civilian of some sort.
But when it comes to hiring somebody, like, you really need to understand the vetting process when it comes to hiring somebody. It's like almost getting drafted when it comes to the NFL. They've known I don't care who your dad is, but they've known what you've done for the last 20 years of your life.
Facts.
I mean, and you can't get away with anything. So do I think when it comes to Michigan and free speech, no, you have to fit into what Michigan believes in. And what we've seen from Michigan a little bit lately is they don't believe in a lot of conservative ideas, right? They're a very liberal, democratic place, as you see by their governor, and they kind of see what they do there. Do I believe he should have been fired? No. And if you really look over the tweet that he liked, is that tweet wrong?
And again, there could be more. Like all of this stuff is going to continue to come to light. And like we said, of course, Michigan should move on from somebody if there is any discriminatory bone in his body. I'm just saying, like you said, I know the people of Ann Arbor, many of them well enough to know, yes, they don't really want anyone who has conservative views there. So my last question on this to you is, when you're trying to vie for national titles against the likes of Alabama and Georgia and Clemson and LSU year in and year out, is Michigan fully focused enough on athletic excellence? And we just saw, Caleb Love can't come play basketball there now because the NIL is not there. Is Michigan going into a place now where it's sort of like, we're more interested in like activism, being like an activist university, more like a Cal Berkeley or an Ivy League type thing, and we're just not as concerned with trying to dominate athletics?
I want to sit here and say yes. But it's not like they're not having success, Other than the Michigan basketball situation, which still blows my mind, even with the team they put together, how they had that bad of a year. I mean, you see Hunter Dickinson now going to Kansas, Caleb Love not there. But, dude, they're winning the Big Ten and going to the playoffs almost every year now. But it still feels like deep down, you hear more about activism when you hear about football.
Oh, I forgot. I'm glad I remembered this while we're still on this subject. Another tweet that he liked was from our friend Steve Dace. So Steve Dace had posted a picture with, I believe it was Robert Kennedy Jr., who's running for president, I think as a Democrat, to be honest, and our boy Steve Dace, who I hope will come on. Well, I'd like to get Jason Whitlock back on to talk about this, and now Steve Dace. For sure. And even Thomas Solev will come on. And anybody who will talk about
Steve
this.
Dace is one of the biggest Michigan guys you'll ever meet in your life.
And I texted him last night about this, and he was just finding out about it himself. And so I don't know. Maybe Steve will come on and talk about it. Maybe Jason Whitlock will come on. But either way, it is May. There's time. This will be forgotten before college football starts. Michigan is going to be one of the favorites to win the championship.
Can I ask you, how much do you think this is going to affect the Michigan football team?
I don't think it will affect them.
At all?
I don't think it will affect them because either the guys in the locker room knew that this was going to be a problem and it's done with and they have plenty of time to move into fall camp, or in the back of their minds they're saying, wow, Coach Bo Schembechler's son didn't actually do anything wrong, and I hate that, but you know what? It's time to go win a championship. Either way, you know how hard they're working, those guys.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
They got the team to do it this year.
Yeah.
They got the team to do it this year, and it's not even close.
Yeah, hey, don't come on the field soft, you know?
Yeah, you know that. You want to get some donations?
Yeah, go ahead. Donations. Go.
All right. Holding me growing, $5 donation. Welcome back, my guy. Little NBA talk. We'll get to this later. But he says, what do you make of the potential Heat Nuggets finals matchup? Will the NBA ratings go down? To me, I enjoyed the underdogs going at each other. Hey, last time I looked, those series weren't over yet, were they?
Those series aren't over yet, boy.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It might be 3-0, but...
And we're going to talk about all that. You're going to find out how much love I have for the Miami Heat. I just love this team. I love this team. I love Eric Spoelstra.
It makes the bubble year just actually... A lot of people said the bubble year was an excuse. Like those teams shouldn't have been... No fans in the crowd. It was Heat Lakers that year. This Heat team starting to look like they belong every year.
All of those championships that year of COVID, even when, Alabama won the national title that year, went undefeated. Yep. I think, was that the year Dustin Johnson, I think, won the Masters? Like all those championships, I look back and I say, I'm glad that we had the events, right? Like whoever won those years. Oh, the Major League Baseball one was an interesting one because the season got cut in half. I was saying, hey, and I think that was the Dodgers year that they finally got over the hump, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
80 games. They played 80 games. There's no asterisk. They're the champions. Now, what was interesting about basketball is that they were already like in the middle of their season when everything got shut down and they had to redo a championship. But yeah, I don't know. Look, the Lakers were champions that year.
All right, let's go to Stephen Moore, the man who's always right, no matter what. Doesn't matter what his $500 donation. He can be always right. Michigan does team learning modules as highlighted by their Raise Fist Equality stickers. There needs to be a pressure campaign to make them do a Thomas Sewell course to earn a Sewell sticker.
That would be legendary. And the basketball team had the BLM stickers on the jersey. That's what I'm saying. Those are the examples of what I'm talking about. Is Michigan more committed to being an activist university than being committed to athletic excellence? And, I don't know the question because, like you said, they are winning, right? But they're winning, but this is what I'm talking about. To beat those teams, those programs I was talking about, you have to be on another level if you want to win the championships, not just get there, right? In the last decade, a couple national championship appearances in basketball, lost both. Back-to-back Final Fours here in college football, lost in the playoff both times. Back-to-back Frozen Fours for hockey, lost both times. So it's not like Michigan is just fading away into obscurity on the athletic front. It's just, when I see things like that, I don't know what the goal is.
All right, EWB11, he says, Ann Arbor is a liberal heaven. Don't blame Michigan. We just have a few Democrats in the area around the state.
It's so funny because when I went there, and I'm from South Georgia, but my parents were college professors, so it's not like I grew up in a household that was just, staunch Republicans. But when I went to Michigan, it was so interesting because here's the dynamics of the state. It's basically a purple state politically, right? You have a lot of Republicans, a lot of Democrats. Ann Arbor, extremely progressive and left-wing in nature. But then the football building inside of that is more conservative place. You have conservative coaches and, so that's why it was like bubble within a bubble while I was there. And because of that, I got to experience and meet all sorts of different people, which is a great experience, I think, when you're trying to go off to university and learn things.
Let's go to Kevin T. Said there's nothing wrong with liking those posts. 2, there's no such thing as a political debate anymore, so it would be best to have no social media presence at all.
And my dad and I were talking about the same thing last night. It's like if you want to work professionally these days outside of what we do, Blaine, where we need to like have a presence on all social media, it's almost better. It's almost better not to engage with it at all, because not only can something be taken out of context, it's almost like that is the first place people will go if they don't want you around, is just to find something random and take it out of context.
It's almost a trap, especially if like you're in coaching or something like that. It's almost a trap.
Mm-hmm.
If you like anything, even if you accidentally like a post and take it out, someone will probably find out about it.
Rule number one, when I got to Michigan, our quarterback coach, and Facebook had just like hit the scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no Facebook, boys, stay off of it.
Smart man.
Yeah. All right, one more.
All right, let's go to Cole Frank, his daily $2 donation.
Cole Frank, tell me, Cole. Tell me, Cole.
Yeah, kick me while I'm down, Cole. All right, daily reminder, LeBron is mid and MJ is the GOAT.
I don't agree with the mid part, but MJ is the GOAT.
Whatever.
All right?
Whatever.
LeBron's just a little soft, Wayne, just a little soft. But you know what else is soft? Your skin after you use Genucel.
Yours looks great.
Huh? Thank you.
Yours looks great.
Thank you. I've been using that Genucel. Even got Mom Mother's Day gift and Darby Lou a Mother's Day gift. And did you know that our friends at Genucel have upgraded their most popular package, and that's the one that I got for the ladies. This features now a deep firming vitamin C serum plus ultra retinol moisturizer with natural retinol alternative. Did you know that, Blaine?
I know that.
Because right now you can take advantage of this limited time package upgrade for 70% off. Why waste time and money to get work done to your face when you can get Genucel skincare shipped right to your door, right? Booster Club, go to Genucel.com/booster and try Genucel's most popular package, all right? That's the one I got for the ladies, and it's working 70% off, featuring both Genucel's Ultra Retinol and Genucel's Firming Serum. Get a complimentary Spa Essentials box with every package order, plus free upgrade to priority shipping. That's free upgrade to priority shipping. Okay? That's Genucel.com/booster. Genucel.com/booster. Blaine, I think that's why that face of yours is looking so good, brother.
Look, guys, the real thing you don't know about is I'm really 76 years old.
Are you 76?
And the only reason I look like this is because of Genucel.
So it's not a Benjamin Button situation. You didn't age backwards. You're using the Genucel cream.
That's the only way I'm doing this. How do you think all the models do it in Hollywood? They're all reptilians, all right? And they use Genucel to look this good.
And they're the official skincare of the New Jersey Devils, right?
I'm telling you, I mean, a lot of people want me to come to the Devils. Got a lot of messages.
Going to come back hot next year.
I might have to enter the portal a little bit. Who knows?
Enter in the portal. All right, let's get to best and worst from the weekend. A lot of sports to cover.
Let's go.
I'm going to kick this thing off with the boy, Brooks Koepka.
He did it.
PGA Championship at Oak Hill. Third PGA Championship victory for this guy. He just owns this tournament, and his fifth major overall. You know, you and I, we were talking about the Full Swing documentary.
Yeah.
When it came out and we did a review on it. Brooks looked broken. Brooks looked absolutely broken. But you know what? Keep in mind, that was filmed so far in advance that by the time it came out, I think he had finally gotten healthy, right? He had gotten his mind right. And I think it proved that he did come back from those injuries just too soon. Like he just hasn't been healthy. But with this win now, Brooks has proven he was able to do what two contemporaries of his, Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth, were not able to do or haven't been able to do yet, which is win at the highest level, following your slump after winning for the first time at the highest level, right? Rory got 4 majors, I think under 24 years old, hasn't gotten that next one since then. Jordan Spieth had 3 in just a couple of seasons. Everyone thought this guy's the next Tiger Woods. Both of them hit their slumps and haven't really gotten back to major championship golf the way that Brooks now, who has come back from injury, was able to capture his 5th major. Obviously, there's the live golf dynamic that's involved with this, and Brooks said, if I had been playing at this level and been fully healthy, I don't know if I would have joined live in the first place. Maybe a little bit disingenuous because he got paid a lot of money. One way or another, you're probably still making that decision. But this is what it mostly proves. And now live golf will take a victory lap, you know, with having Brooks with winning this tournament and all that. But it proves there is major golf, right? And then there's professional golf. And that professional golf, I think the PGA Tour is still proven they have a superior product than whatever Live is putting out right now. But it still doesn't matter. It's major golf, those 4 majors every single year, is on a different level. And the best golfers in the world are going to show up and they're going to play their best.
It just looked good for Brooks just to calm down. Bro, if you go back to that Full Swing doc, he didn't look like he was having fun.
Looked broken.
And I can understand being hurt and coming back from injury, but he was an absolute mental head case. And you usually don't see that from Brooks because we've never questioned Brooks from a talent standpoint, ever. Like the way Brooks is built, he's one of the long ball hitters. He has finesse. It's just he was worrying about everything other than having fun and just going to go play golf, man. And you watched him, especially this entire weekend, he wasn't rushing. Right? He was taking his time within shots. He was smiling out there on the course. I don't care if you're in the lead or not, but it looked like he was having fun. But good to Brooks Koepka. But I'm going to stay on golf here.
Ooh.
All right, my best? I don't know if you saw, but it was Michael Block.
Oh,
over
yeah.
the weekend. The guy who makes $160 an hour to be a club pro in California. Now, look, I'm telling y'all, like, if this ball right here, if you didn't see this over the weekend, this was the definition of hitting a three-pointer that hit nothing but nylon. Please roll this clip.
What's the 7-iron? 7-iron.
We're on the 15. We're
into 151 yards.
151 yards out. Watch this.
The fairy tale story.
Bam.
Dunked.
Cash.
Dunked
Cash. Cash. I tell you what, Brooks Koepka might have won the PGA, but the star of the entire weekend was this guy right here. Look, he asked Rory if it went in. This dude has to be freaking out. Shot 70 the first 3 days and had to finish it with a 71 to qualify to come back next year for the 2024 PGA.
Yeah.
And if you watch that 18th hole, some guy bogeyed, so he had to come in and birdie, but since that guy bogeyed, he just had to par. All right, he had to hit an up and down, shanked one in the rough, looked like me on Jake's bachelor party. All right, it went about 8 feet away and had to sink the par putt. It's an amazing story to watch. He was the fan favorite over the weekend.
And they were showing him a lot. I mean,
they should have.
Highlighted, yeah. It's a great story.
Who would have thought?
I'll tell you, another thing, too, Scotty Scheffler just continues to amaze me.
He's so good.
You really want that Saturday back now if you're Scotty Scheffler, you know, and that's the thing for him is when's he going to be hitting the putts? I think he led greens in regulation on tour a season ago. He leads greens in regulation on tour this season and then got low on Sunday, you know, finished second, like made it a contest, but you really want that Saturday back.
The other thing about Scotty's never out of it.
Yeah.
Scotty's never, his swing still blows my mind. You see his feet when he swing? His feet just goes everywhere.
Really?
And trust me, as a guy who plays golf, I try to move my feet as least as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. What else you got over there for your best this weekend?
My second best, to be honest, was my brother's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what.
Let's break it down.
I tell you what. One, I'm not a big crier. Look at those studs right here.
Look at these guys.
But it was hard for me this weekend to not just let him fly. Man, it's just, I'm so proud of this guy about where he's come from. The odds he was against. You really find somebody out when they're back against the wall. But the wedding went smooth. Please delete that picture forever. But the wedding looked smooth. Everything went well according to plan. Reed was happy.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Guys. Okay.
Yes.
That's Sam right there. These are some of the Bachelor boys. That's Sam and that's Blake, who also used to coach with
Oh, those guys are wild.
Wild. It was great finally
fun.
meeting him. But, man, what a weekend. I'm so proud of the kid. He just landed in France. They're about to go have a great week. Man, it's just...
Rhino was down there. Brad, B. Cercio.
Yeah, Cercio was down there. I know my dad's looking down, and he's just so excited for the kid.
You, not one, but 2 speeches this weekend. Just blew me away.
Man, it was hard for me to get through them.
I know.
It was really tough for me to get through them.
And that's because it mattered to you. Yeah, Blaine gave a toast on the rehearsal dinner as well, and then he had his best man speech. You crushed.
I knew the best
good things.
I knew the best man speech was coming. I didn't know I was toasting. I didn't know I was toasting.
You got up there and delivered.
God, dude, it was just the kid. They grow up so fast.
Yeah,
they grow up so fast. I'm going. You want me to get in my worst?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard, this Jarquez Hunter thing.
Yeah, Auburn.
That came out at Auburn, and they're doing an investigation. Apparently, a lot of sub players have gotten suspended. And my thing is this: one, how stupid can you be? All right, to even if you're a teammate, film any sexual activity you're doing with somebody.
This was like a sex tape.
Yeah,
out
and more than one player.
Okay,
and more than one player. How dumb you have to be to do this, to put anything on film when one, like the morals that you have, and two, if you're trying to go do anything professionally at all. So somebody, apparently, I don't know if it was a Revenge X or whatever it was, put it on Twitter, and had videos of Jaquez Hunter doing this. So if you're Auburn, it's the worst possible timing this ever could have happened. One, he's one of your best players. I mean, the kid averaged 6.7 yards a carry last year in the SEC.
And that was with Tank.
With Tank Bigsby, behind Tank Bigsby. And Hugh Freeze right now is killing it in the transfer portal. Killing it. I believe they're number 2 right now in the nation in the transfer portal. But the last thing you ever needed to happen if Auburn was this. There's more investigations coming out. There's suspensions coming out. We'll see more here in the future. But if it's Auburn, it's so bittersweet because you're doing so well in the portal. Then and look, college kids do college stuff. I get that, right? But there's certain lines you don't cross, and this is a line you don't cross. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Jaquez Hunter not play for Auburn.
Really? You think he's going to be kicked off the team?
Well, it just depends on who's really, because like I've heard it's an ex. I heard it's kids on the team who all had a group chat together, sending pictures and videos to each other, and everybody watching it.
Look, I understand the argument that, kids do stupid things, but at the same time, some kids do stupider things than others. You got to know that some of this behavior, you can't do this stuff. Now, I was seeing tweets saying, oh, this is the Hugh Freeze effect at Auburn. And I just started shaking my head. This kid was on the team before Hugh Freeze got there. It's not like Hugh Freeze just recruited this guy.
Yeah.
And second of all, we haven't even heard how Hugh Freeze is going to respond to this situation. There still could be a punishment involved like you're talking about. I don't know all the details, but just from the periphery, I think, what should probably be done is suspend the kid for UMass. Isn't that game 1, UMass, week 1?
I believe so.
Something like that and send a message that this kind of behavior won't be tolerated, but at the same time, we're not going to kick kids off the team when, was it a video, someone else leaked it, right? Like he's not posting it on social media.
Yeah, someone else leaked it on social media, but still, my thing is like, if you're filming, all right, if you're filming and and the significant other you're with doesn't,
oh,
right,
okay.
That's a crime in itself.
Okay, I see. So you think there's a criminal element.
So like that's what I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure on that. There's going to be more details coming out, whether it's Revenge X or this, but still, whether you are filming it and you don't want to get it out and it's for personal use, but the significant other you're with doesn't know that you're doing it, that is a crime. All right, so if that's the truth, then to me, you should be kicked off the team.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just feel like that's how it should be.
All right. I want to get to my worst here, which is half my best. I mean, it's the Miami Heat best, Celtics worst. I mean, this is, I'm pulling up the box score here real quick.
Look at the go.
128. This is 128 Heat to 102 Celtics, and Miami now takes a 3-0 series lead. They went and got both games in Boston, come down to Miami, and they win again. What did you make of the way this game played out? Again, we've been talking about Celtics turnovers. They had another 15 last night to the Miami Heat's 9, and Jason Tatum, 14 points. Jaylen Brown, 12 points. I think at one point in the game, they were 1 for 12 from 3. You have it right here. Jaylen Brown, 0 for 7. Yeah, 1 for 14. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown ended from 3-point, Blaine.
This is just ridiculous. There's no way the Heat are a better team that they should be 3-0 against the Celtics right now. I mean, and I get the Heat are a phenomenal team, but look at the guys the Heat have. I think this says more about Eric Spoelstra than anybody. I really do. Jimmy Butler's been playing out of his mind. I think at this point, you could put Jimmy Butler and maybe in the top 7 players in the NBA after this performance, to be honest. Jason Tatum, where are you? Jaylen Brown, where are you? These guys have just been a no-show this entire series. And you look at Gabe Vincent. I mean, he dropped a 30-piece, 29, 6 from 9 and 3. And in my opinion, it's not like the Heat played phenomenal. It's not like they played out of their mind. I mean, you out-rebounded the Heat 57-35. 57-35 and still lost by 26 points. So at this point, if you're the Celtics, okay, all right, and you get swept by the Heat, are you breaking it up? Are you getting one? Is Jaylen Brown gone at this point? Is Jason Tatum worth having, staying with all this money when you can't get and win a championship with him?
I hate it for Joe Mazzulla because he's going to have to bear a lot of this blame. Now, keep in mind the series isn't over, but I hate it for him because he's one of those coaches who I've really enjoyed rooting for, and I like him a lot. But this is not a good look on the coaching staff for the Celtics to be losing games like this and to be behind in a series the way they are right now. But then, you look, I think the Celtics had 58 points with 2 minutes to go in the third. I think that's right. And I was tracking it because I had the parlay paired with the over, an alternate over at 212.5. And I'm like, this is not going to hit. Like, they would have to score like 35 points in the fourth to even, depending on what the Heat do. Well, the Celtics score 39 in the fourth after scoring 17 in the third. So I'm like, you're more than capable. I don't know. How's the rest of this thing going to go? Is this a clean sweep here, or can Boston?
Oh, you're swept.
They had a lot of quit in them in that third
You're
quarter
swept.
yesterday.
You're swept.
You think so?
Yeah, you're swept. I mean, I think it'll be kind of a similar score like this. I think the Celtics will shoot a little bit better, but I mean, you're done at this point. I mean, I think the Lakers have a better chance of coming back versus the Nuggets than the Celtics to do against the Heat. And you got to remember, the Heat, even going in to this Game 3 at the Heat, the Celtics were still favored.
I was about to bring that point up.
They're still favored.
Heavily favored.
How wrong has Vegas been about this series? I tell you what, if you've been betting the Heat money line this series, congratulations, my friend. You have won some money.
All right. Any other best and worst from the weekend?
One I wanted to add was the Mercury women's head coach.
Okay.
Brittany Griner's return.
Oh, boy. What happened?
She came out on a post-game interview and said that she was disappointed on how this game couldn't be sold out.
Really?
Yeah. What do you mean? Literally the thing about it is like every WNBA fan out there was in that stadium. That's why it wasn't sold out, okay? You can have someone, a big star in the WNBA, get arrested to go to Russia, who we have to sell for the crypt keeper to come back and still won't sell out a WNBA game. This is why you shouldn't get paid the same as the men. All right. This is why. If you can't even sell out an arena after national news, everything for weeks comes out, especially with Russia, this is why. No one cares that much about WNBA basketball. I love that women are playing it. Let's just keep women playing it, and that's fine. Yeah. But you don't deserve to get paid the equals the NBA because there's not enough eyes on it and people don't care enough just why that game wasn't sold out.
It's free market economics.
Yes, sir.
Right? I did see that Brittany Griner did come out and say, as far as the national anthem goes, look, what I've gone through over the past year, I'm going to be out there and standing for the national anthem. It means more to me now. And this comes just a few days after my Get Off My Lawn.
It's because you get off your lawn.
Right? And then, I tell the NHL to get off my lawn, and they start to make changes. It's a movement, kid.
You want a VP?
It's a movement, kid.
You need a VP? I'll be your VP.
Huh? Let's go.
I'll be your VP. Our Secretary of Defense.
It's a movement, man.
It'll be a Flaming Dragon Friday. It'll be Flaming Dragon Friday every day.
You know what? That sounds delicious. But not quite as delicious as Good Ranchers, kid. Good Ranchers, man. You know this is our place for steak. And Memorial Day is around the corner. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and let you in on what we've got cooked up, all right?
Yeah,
we're going to be, Memorial weekend, we're going to go ahead and get the grill going. It's going to be Good Rancher steaks, bone-in ribeyes. Word is you might be up there with the team. There's the Indy 500 coming up.
There's some whispers in the wind.
Hey, we'll know more about that soon. But first of all, Memorial Day is right around the corner, and it is time to honor and remember our brave servicemen and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. It's also time to come together as a nation, gather with loved ones, and enjoy some mouth-watering meals. I couldn't have crafted a more perfect statement myself. And what better way to do that than with premium 100% American meat from Good Ranchers. Good Ranchers isn't like the other meat delivery companies that import a majority of their products. They are passionate about delivering the finest 100% American meat right to your doorstep. And here is something special. Good Ranchers proudly offers a 10% discount to all past and present service members as a way to say thank you for their service. But that's not all. In honor of Memorial Day, Good Ranchers is giving our listeners an exclusive opportunity. When you use promo code BOOSTER, you can save 20% site-wide. So fire up the grill Memorial Day with your friends and family, knowing that the meat you're enjoying is not only the highest quality, but also supports American ranchers. Visit goodranchers.com today. Use promo code BOOSTER, that's BOOSTER, to save 20% site-wide. The more you stock up on, the more you'll save during their Memorial Day sale. That's promo code BOOSTER at goodranchers.com. Good Ranchers, American meat delivered.
Your boy's got a box on the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The Butcher's Bundle?
Box on the way. Maybe a couple boxes. Look.
I'm on my way, man. What's the Booster Club saying?
Jimbo Eagle, the one and only true Eagle, $10 donation. Jimbo, thank you, brother. He says, what do we make of Spoelstra's coaching career? Vast majority of us thought he was going to be irrelevant as soon as LeBron left, but he's been to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times since.
You know, I was going to talk about this later in the week if the Heat did wrap up the series, but one, what he is doing is unbelievable. And the thought process that a lot of us had when LeBron James went and formed that super team with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh was, oh, well, anyone can coach it. And just look, they got one of their former video guys as the head coach in Eric Spoelstra. Yeah, you're going to win a couple championships. Now look what he's done. Ever since that team has broken up, Eric Spoelstra has said, laugh all you want. I am a legitimate basketball coach in this league, and we're going to come and get after you every single night. Now, whether or not, if Miami ends up losing this in 7 to the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, or if they move on and they lose in the finals to the Lakers or to the Nuggets, this season will probably only be memorable really to Miami fans. But I keep looking at this team, and you said it best last week, I'm done with the doubting of the Miami Heat situation. And if they go on to win a championship with this team here, now Jimmy Buckets is a superstar, but they haven't formed some elite super team the way you've seen Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden and all these guys go do. If they were to win the championship, like you have to say it's one of the greatest coaching jobs of all time. And you have to talk about Pat Riley in this situation too.
Absolutely.
I mean, what he's been able to do and the you know, from an organizational standpoint, this Heat team is not all about posterizing dunks or crossing up your ankles or melodrama off the basketball court. It's just like, we're going to play sound basketball and beat you.
And the thing with a lot of people don't remember, like, the Heat were in the playing game. The Heat were in the
and they lost one of them, right?
Lost one of them, then had to win the second one. And now if it seems like they've been playing with their back against the wall every game, every series. They walk out on the court, look like they're afraid of nobody. Jimmy Buckets right now is playing the best basketball in the playoffs. Against anybody. I mean, against anybody, it's not even close. They're gonna sweep the Celtics, but I don't know if anybody's beating the Nuggets. I really don't. Yeah. I really don't. Looking at that team, I really don't. Jokic, Murray, just absolute elite all-stars. Let's get to another little donation here. CG87343, $5 donation. Appreciate it, brother. Says Griner may have media national news, but the WNBA stunk then and continues to stink. No amount of publicity for one player will change that fact. Well, I thought if there's ever going to be one amount of publicity that's going to kind of change it, or at least uptick it a little bit, that this would be it.
Well, look, certain things can give you a moment, right? Like, yeah, like the WNBA, especially right now at the beginning of the season with Brittany Griner back, like that's a moment. This is going to be this will be the most you get talked about from that moment that you had with this very unique situation involving your biggest superstar in Brittany Griner. If you want long-term sustainable success, then you have to do what every other company has to do and put a great product out in front of people for them to watch. And, you know, ultimately the public will decide what they want to see and what they don't want to see. Also, we're taking calls. Make sure y'all call in today. I need someone to call in and set the tone early here on a Monday. That's 1-855-236-3228. The lines are going to open up soon, so call in. What else we got, Blaine?
All right, Peter Dovakatakis, $3 donation. Peter, appreciate the donation. I think your comment got deleted, buddy. Just put it back down there, and I got you. Let's go to Useless Rants. This ought to be good. So let's play the WNBA players a share of the profits. I think they would each owe thousands of dollars back to the WNBA, including their salaries. The NBA pays the majority of their bills already.
They do. So the I forget what the exact figures are, but from the revenue that is driven, I think the WNBA operates at a $10 million a year loss, and that loss is covered by the NBA. Which again, if everyone's on board with that, that's fine. Like if I'm not saying it's a charity case. I'm just saying if we want to have a women's professional basketball league and the bill needs to get footed by the NBA and the NBA players are fine with that and everyone else is okay with that and that gives us a product that some people want to watch, that's great. Let's do it. But don't then go and complain and say that we are not making as much as the men. I mean, they're already paying the salaries.
Let's go to Cody Nason, 95, also known as the Graphic King. So the next big WNBA moment will be Matt Walsh sitting courtside at one of their games.
I can't wait. And we were trying to get to one of these first Mercury games, but anyway, there will be more information on that very, very soon.
All right, let's go to Mike Rocky. What's up, brother? He says, hey, shout out to my better half, Liz. Her and her twin brother hit level 50 today.
Level 50 today? We got a twin level up?
Boss.
Come on.
Boss.
Come on. Gonna fight that big boss. It's just a stepping stone. Let's get it.
Okay, let's go to King Don Sobek 1. Why did Jake go to Paris? Honeymoon 2. He's a traitor to his country. 3. Reed made him. Or something had to do with Paris being nice. Look, man, I'm just glad the flight landed. All right. I'm just glad the flight. You don't even want to know how afraid this man was.
Jake was getting ready. They were getting ready to leave in the limousine, and he was talking about the trip to Paris. And he said, "Yeah, Reed won't let me wear my back-to-back World War champ shirt over there." And then the second thing I remember, I think what was your other coaching buddy's name? Victor.
Yeah.
Is that his name, Victor? When Victor was saying that he repped 365 on the bench press, it's like, I rep 365, and you guys were calling him out about it and saying, no, you don't, you're lying. He goes, dude, I'm not a liar. I wouldn't lie. I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? Saying you're a lawyer is not the best
You're the biggest liar around. All right, let's go to Peter. He says, fellas, big congrats to Jake. Love your show. It's my morning ritual. Had my dream weekend, FSU softball, FSU golf, Brooks Heat Panthers. Wow, Pete the Greek. Don't try the last name. It's a tongue twister. Out here balling.
Wow. The Seminoles. Brooksy with another win.
I'm
Panthers,
so glad for
about
Brooks,
to get to
man.
the Panthers.
I didn't know how it was going to be after watching that Full Swing doc, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to. I was blaming the girl he was with. You know, he hadn't won a tournament since
his wife.
His wife. Are they married now? I didn't know if they're married.
They are married, yeah.
Okay.
They're married?
Yeah, they got married.
I believe so, yeah.
I'm just glad for Brooks because it's really hard for me. Just his mentality really pissed me off through the entire doc. But then he's on the course and throws a fat Copenhagen wintergreen long cut dip in. I'm like, damn it, I got to cheer for this.
And this is not just a one-off. I mean, this guy was leading in the Masters on the 4th day and finished second. So, look, come major time, I think Brooks has proven, hey, when I'm healthy, I'm going to contend for the championship.
Well, he's always been that good.
Yeah. You want to get to some rapid fire here?
Sure, the pa-pew.
I have a sound effect. All right, before we get into the NHL, because boy, there's a lot to talk about there. I do want to talk about Lakers Nuggets. So Nuggets go up 3-0, and we got Game 4 tonight. You were talking about it. I mean, is this going to be a sweep too?
Probably. I mean, guys, the Nuggets are a really good basketball team. You know who really makes me think about? To be honest with you, it makes me think about the Suns. Like, if the Suns ran into anybody but the Nuggets, they'd probably be in the finals.
You think so?
I think so.
So the Suns were beating that Warriors team?
Yes.
The Suns were beating this Lakers team?
Yes. I think the Suns would have beat them in 7. I really do. I mean, and it's not like the Lakers are out here playing terrible, guys. I mean, if you watch the game, Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon did absolutely nothing. But you have Michael Porter Jr., Tree, Jokic, 24. Jamal Murray dropping another 37-piece. You got to remember the game before that, he dropped 23 in the 4th quarter. All right, the Lakers don't have that, all right? Anthony Davis dropped 28 and 18, and that's what I said you needed to beat the Nuggets. All right, you needed Anthony Davis scoring and getting the boards, and that's what he did. LeBron James, only 23 points. They don't have anybody else to make a difference. And I know, LeBron's not the GOAT. LeBron's not that. All right, the guy's almost 40 years old. All right, he's 38 years old. If you really still expect him to carry another team to a championship, man, it's going to be tough going against the players that he's going to have to go against. You need one more piece. And D'Angelo Russell has 3 points. You're 1 for 8. You're 1 for 6 from 3. Austin Reeves did okay. He had 23 points. Vanderbilt with 2 points. Hachimura with 13 points. You got to remember this Lakers team and where they were at the trade deadline, basically. You know, they were playing terrible basketball.
We thought they might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, he definitely said they weren't going to make the playoffs.
I think I did too. I mean, the way they were playing at that.
But point. I don't know. And if it's Celtics Nuggets, all right, finals. I don't know how the Celtics are going to win any games.
What about Heat Nuggets?
I mean, not the Celtics, Heat Nuggets. I don't know. I think the Celtics would have a better chance after even getting swept by the Heat. And I know it's all about matchups, but like Jokic against the Heat will tear Bam apart.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tear Jamal Murray. I mean, Jimmy will do his thing. The Nuggets just have too much.
So on the Lakers front, I was wondering this the other day. Why not start Hachimura the way he's been playing throughout the playoffs instead of Schroeder? Would that not be, and because you still have D'Angelo Russell running the point, and really LeBron's going to bring the ball up and run the point whenever he wants. You know, your front court's kind of taken care of with LeBron and Anthony Davis at 4-5. Why not put Hachimura in to start?
To guard who?
Well, I'm just thinking from the offensive production.
I mean, yeah, I could see that.
Isn't
I mean,
Schroeder
he's playing
a point guard?
He's playing 34. Hachimura's playing 34 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Schroeder's playing 25.
So he's not starting, but he's playing more minutes than Schroeder.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So Hachi's a power forward. All right. So
and so that's another thing that gets like so. That's where LeBron's versatility can come into play because if you want Hachimura, how tall is he?
Hachimura is 6'6", I believe.
He's 6'6", and he's playing power forward. Because what's interesting, every time
6'7".
I see him touch the basketball, he's shooting threes.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Which is where you could sort of be versatile with LeBron James and move him around a bit.
Well, you usually have Schroeder in there for the defense against Murray, right? Because when it comes to D'Angelo Russell does not play defense.
At all?
No.
Okay. So that's
and usually he's a scorer.
So that's what they're
does.
doing it for then.
He's a scorer, but he scored 3 points.
Well, and in that case, then you go sit on the bench and Schroeder can run point.
Play the whole game.
Yeah.
And it's like, so it makes you pick your poison because Schroeder's not playing great.
So is Austin Reeves the 3?
He's the 2.
Or is he the 2?
He's a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Austin Reeves the 2. And Austin's playing good, man. I mean, he had 23 points. I mean, went 3 for 5 from 3, 7 from 10 from the field. I mean, you're getting what you want out of Austin.
He's had a good playoff.
Yeah, but this is and I look at this Lakers team, it's like, what are you missing to get over the hump against this Nuggets team?
Mm-hmm.
All right? You're missing an elite, not even elite, but a decent one guard who can play both. Because Schroeder's not a scorer. Yeah, Schroeder's never been a scorer. He never will be. All right? He's a defense guy. He's a pest. That's what he is, especially on defense. Great at passing. He's great at running the flow of an offense. But usually D'Angelo Russell's the kid who come in and can put points up on the board, which you need against a team like this when you have a Murray going against a Michael Porter Jr. who's 6'7", and Austin Reeves has to grab him. Going against one, if not the true MVP in Jokic. So right now, if the Nuggets sweep the Lakers, all right, which they probably will, and the Heat sweep the Celtics, the Nuggets are going to run through the Heat in the finals.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
And
are you taking the Lakers tonight to win in L.A.?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Get those calls in, all right? 1-855-236-3228. Let's talk a little hockey. The Vegas Golden Knights, 3-2 in another overtime thriller over the Dallas Stars. That was last night. That series is now 2-0 before it moves back to Dallas. Have you been able to catch any of that one?
I've been catching a little bit of it, but the thing about me is like, when you're the Stars, like, does it suck to go down 0-2? I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
But you got to come home. Your main goal is just try to get one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try to get one. So if you're a Stars fan, I'm not worried. I think this series is going 7.
You think so?
I think it's going 7.
We'll see, man. We'll see. So if Vegas comes to Dallas and steals one on the road like you were talking about, and this goes 3-1, do you like Dallas's chance to go back to Vegas and get a win?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
So they need to get both at home.
Yeah, you need both at home right now.
So similar situation here with the matchup in the East that we've really been talking about a lot is Panthers-Canes. I mean, Panthers go to Carolina and get both. Now they're going back to Miami.
I'm telling you, and I've said this a long time ago. The playoffs started. Who did I have, Dave?
You had the Panthers.
I had the Panthers, and we did a little blindfold episode the other day, which you were almost right about the Nuggets. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
Okay, but your boy was almost right about the Panthers.
People were saying that too.
I said 4-3 overtime. All right, and it ended up 3-2. They went to like quadruple overtime.
Yeah.
I swear the game never ended when I was watching it. But I tell you what, this Panthers team. The tempo, I just love watching them get it up and down the ice, man. I'm telling you, they're a dangerous team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won it all.
You know, if you're Carolina, losing both at home, you're in a very different situation than the Stars are. But at the same time, the game you're talking about last Thursday night, Panthers win 3-2 in 4 overtimes. And then on Saturday night, when we were at your brother's wedding, Panthers win again in overtime, this time 2-1. You know, those games can go either way. So I think the Canes are still in a good position, but you need to go on the road now and make your presence known and make this thing a series. And maybe my bets tonight, you know, maybe you'll show where my allegiances lie.
Really?
You know?
Really, Dave?
Maybe we make it a little series here.
You're like Austin Powers when he gets 11 on blackjack. I'm going to stay. I also like to live dangerous.
All right, man. What else is the club saying?
All right, let's get into Mad Veg. What's up, Mad Veg? Hashtag Ask Crane Company. If the Heat win the finals, should we talk more about Eric Spoelstra's position as an all-time great NBA coach?
Yeah, he would probably, to be an all-time great coach, you'd need to get another championship or two, right? Especially without LeBron James. That's kind of what we were talking about. You have LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. The expectation was sort of, we were promised 6, 7, and 8, right? Isn't that what LeBron came in and said? So we didn't get that many. I think Spoelstra has definitely proven, hey, my greatness wasn't strictly tied to LeBron James. I've been able to coach at a high level beyond his tenure here. But you're talking about all-time great, he'd probably need to get another championship or two. What do you think?
No, I would agree with that. But if they do win the championship, this will be one of the greatest coaching jobs, like just this year,
without a doubt.
Without it, because I mean they're running with guys who look like us.
Who was on that 76ers team when Jimmy Butler was there? Right, because that's where Jimmy Butler came from, was Philadelphia, right? Mm-hmm. That preceded Doc Rivers' time there, didn't it? And
I think so.
Joel Embiid, I don't.
No, Embiid was there. I'm pretty sure.
Embiid had like just gotten there,
yeah,
right? Or,
I think Embiid was there. Yeah, Embiid was.
I
there.
forget what happened with that whole drama, but Jimmy Butler won it out.
I think Jimmy thought they were soft.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I really do. Jimmy's a perfect fit for the Heat, just from like a Jimmy mentality wise, and like a Spoelstra and Pat Riley mentality wise. Dirty, let's play defense. Count us out, please, and we're going to come back. We're going to win. Let's go to Ryan Gade, $5 donation. Appreciate it, brother. Had a great time seeing my Phils this weekend. First time I saw a Grand Slam in person. Hashtag Schwarbomb.
Schwarbomb? Schwarber?
Bomb.
Hold on.
Kyle Schwarber, you are out of here.
The Schwarbomb.
Probably the coolest Grand Slam I saw was Braves World Series. They ended up losing that game against the Astros, I believe. When old boy got up there and hit a grand, oh God, what was his name? Kellen, were you there? I don't know if you were there. Me and Jake were there. Box seats
in the World Series
in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, who hit that grand slam?
God, I can't remember who it is.
I'll tell you the worst grand slam I ever saw. Little League at Mill Creek. My buddy Corey Rushing already struck him out 3 times in the game. It's 0-2 count. You know, hey, leave one spinning. You leave one hanging right there, red dot all the way. Corey Rushing put one on the batting cages, man. Up top deck, grand slam.
It's happened to the best of us, Dave. Let's be honest. All right, let's go to Travis Elrod, hashtag Ask Crane Company. What up, Travie? How many coaches and players in Michigan are biting their tongues for the fear of they're losing their jobs and positions now?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. And I don't know what the vibe is in the locker room. I don't know if people are happy. I don't know. There could have been people inside the locker room that were questioning that hire of Coach Schembechler's son in the first place. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Like I said, there's plenty enough time for this to leave the news cycle before the season starts. I just want to make sure that, you know, when somebody's forced out of a situation, you want it to be, you know, for just causes. You know, I don't want this guy to be pushed out if, in fact, he didn't do anything wrong, or especially if it's just because of political views that some may not like.
Not just cause he liked a couple of tweets.
Not just cause.
All right, let's go to BZN Jen. He said, didn't Brittany Griner said she could beat DeMarcus Cousins in one-on-one?
I saw that going around. Was that an actual quote? Like, you really said that?
No, yeah, I can't remember who it was.
I mean, I've seen that.
I'm pretty sure it was during, like, All-Star Week. Like when they have all the All-Stars stuff, she said she could beat DeMarcus Cousins one-on-one. And then they went around asking a bunch of NBA players. And they were just literally the head coach. And the crazy thing about it was the head coach of the UConn girls, Gene, I can't remember his last name.
Auriemma?
Yeah. He said, if there's no ref, all right, and they're playing one-on-one, I'm selling my house. I'm taking all my money out of my bank accounts, and I'm putting it all on DeMarcus Cousins.
That's what he said?
Yeah. Dude, I absolutely lost it. All right, let's get to a question here. Right now, if you're a Braves fan, are you excited, and do y'all think y'all are going to win it all?
Braves fan?
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely not winning.
Come on, be honest, Dave.
Even keel, you know?
Be honest, Dave.
No, look, if you're a Braves fan, this is, I say something similar about the Astros. When the Astros had all those rough seasons in a row, they were restructuring, they were rebuilding. To see the monster that they've created over in Houston, it's a similar situation now in Atlanta when, early in the Freddie Freeman days, that post-Bobby Cox era, where it wasn't what Atlanta fans had grown accustomed to. And then all of a sudden, you win the World Series because Alex Anthopoulos makes all these midseason moves in 2021. And that one sort of shocked a lot of people because Acuna was out, and most of the guys showing up, with Sawyer and Jock Peterson, were guys who weren't even on the team a few weeks prior. So that was like, man, we stole one. Once we get the actual lineup back and guys like Soroka are back healthy and Fried and Acuna, for sure, man, we could go on a nice little run. The injuries have still been a problem, but you have to feel pretty good if you're Atlanta right now. I mean, how are you feeling about baseball right now? Who would your horse be?
The Rays.
You're still gonna go with the Rays?
I would go with the Rays.
Yeah.
I mean, right now they're just playing the best baseball. I mean, you can't look at that run differential and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go with someone else. But you got to remember when it comes to baseball, guys, it's a long season. You're only as good as your bullpen. I promise you that. Once you get into the playoffs and everything like that, you're going to be only as good as your bullpen. Let's go to Christina Ruiz real quick. You got time for another one, Dave?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. She says, no. She says, Harbaugh has been very outspoken on certain issues, such as abortion, and is very pro-life. So I don't get why liking tweets from conservative black men is so offensive.
Yeah, look, we had talked about when Jim Harbaugh spoke at the pro-life rally not that long ago. That's what I was saying to you about Ann Arbor. It's really a mixed bag. You have people there some are politically conservative, some are extremely leftist. And I think this is a situation where maybe factions of the fan base who see themselves as, far left or extremely progressive, just voice their concerns. There's also another aspect of this, Blaine, which I didn't bring up, which is as legendary of a coach as Bo Schembechler was, there's still this faction of the Wolverine fan base that sees Bo as like having covered up sexual abuse at the program during his time there. Now, I haven't seen any definitive evidence that shows that was the case, like with the situation with Sandusky at Penn State or something. That was, all over the news. So again, I don't know all of the details that happened there. I don't know this guy. I don't know what tweets he sent out or what tweets he's like. I just know that if something is bad enough that someone says or likes or tweets, that's usually the headline, not, oh, this person did something racist, and then within the body of the article, I still can't find the details. And then when I do my own investigation, come to find out he's liking tweets from guys we have on this program and talk to. I don't know, it seems a little odd.
Yeah, I know. It just something feels off about it. Let's go to Shane Dye, who says, as a Braves fan, being in first makes me nervous. Prefer being 2-10, 2 to 10 games out so we can surge after the break and overtake the Mets yet again.
Well, the Braves have proven to be able to do it a few different ways. When I say do it, I mean win the division, right? They can lead the whole time and win the division. They can win the division on the last day when the Mets collapsed like they did a season ago. But I think now after getting that World Series in 2021, especially after all that impressive string of division titles they had won, it's win World Series time, for Atlanta fans.
Is it?
It has to be that way. It has to be that way. We're no longer in a position now where, I mean, I understand what you're getting at, where it's like if you already got the one in 2021, you're sort of playing with house money, but I don't see it that way for Braves fans. The thing was to get over the Dodger hump, right? Well, it ended up being they did that and got over the Astros hump in 2021. Braves fans are like, hey, maybe let's do that again. What was the Jeff Foxworthy line that he said? Once you got in one World Series, you kind of just want to get another one,
That's how it works,
the Bulldogs fans.
The feeling's always the same. Travis Elroy wants to know, Coney, All right. Did you ever appear on the NCAA game, and did you ever play as yourself?
I did. Yes to both. It was you looked this up the other day, right? It was 06, 07. I think I was number 10. I was number 10 on that freshman year. And yeah, it was one of the coolest things ever. I grew up playing this game, man. I used to run the triple option with Eric Crouch, used to play with Miami, logged a lot of hours on NCAA football. So when I finally got to college to play, of course, it was awesome to see an avatar representation of myself. And then, yeah, I mean, look, I wasn't great or anything, and I wasn't winning a lot of games with myself on the game, but it was still fun to play. That's why when all the lawsuit happened with O'Bannon, and they came out, and I even had buddies of mine who got some money from their likeness of being on the NCAA video game. I never wanted to pursue any of that. It was a cool enough honor, and it wasn't like it was me. My name's not on there, right? It's just an unofficial representation.
Did you know how bad I wanted to be on that game?
Yeah.
Just to play as myself. Even if I was like a 53 overall, terrible, like 60 speed, couldn't catch. Just to be in myself, to start up a video game and actually you be on there. I mean, like growing up as if you played sports, obviously want to play NFL, but can you imagine yourself just getting on there and playing as yourself on the NCAA? It's every boy's dream.
Yeah.
Every boy's dream.
It was a good time.
It was
a good time. You want to take some calls?
Please, let's do calls going in here.
All right, remember to call in. If you're in the chat right now, go ahead and call in. It's 1-855-236-3228. We're going to set the tone early in the week with Kirk.
You're doing great with the numbers, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Proud of you.
All right, better than algebra.
Hey, be quiet, replacement cone.
Replacement cone.
You hush your mouth.
I think we're going to have a couple different replacement cranes and replacement Jakes throughout the week just to let the booster club decide on what exactly they want.
Ooh, I like
that. But today, replacement cone decided to nudge himself in.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, exactly. Kirk in Canada. That's who we got.
Let's go.
Kirk, set the tone early.
Hey, boys. It's a holiday up here in Canada, so me and some boys from the church are going into the woods to shoot some guns.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Let's go, baby.
Man,
get them popping.
I want to join.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. So, the other time I called in there, I kind of made a mistake with my hockey trivia. I just wanted to kind of clear the record today.
All right.
Maple Leafs trivia?
Remember I said the last team to come back down 3-0 was the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Yeah, you did tell us that in 1942.
Yeah, but that was the Stanley Cup Finals, so they're the only team to come back down 0-3 in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Okay.
But 3 other teams have done it, and I was corrected, and I thought, I better straighten it out. So in 1975, the New York Islanders were down 3-0 against Pittsburgh. They came back and won.
Okay.
In 2010, apparently there's a hockey team in Philadelphia, I'm told, and that's
Blaine's team.
They came back down 3-0 against Boston. I don't say those two words together because just like you don't say Ohio State Buckeyes, I don't.
You don't got to tell me about it, buddy. I get it.
He said it before. Yeah. Don't let him lie to you.
I haven't.
Yes, he has.
Instead, the Flyers. Anyway, and then the last team to do it was the LA Kings. They were down in 2014. They were down 3-0 against the Sharks, and they came back and won.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So that's in the playoffs. Those 3 teams did it, but not in the finals.
Yeah, the finals was the only team was the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah.
You know what? You are a gentleman and a scholar, Kirk. You are a gentleman and a scholar for one, getting that cleared up, and calling in and letting us know. But while we have you, let's go ahead and break this down, man. I want to start in the East with you, okay? Canes down 2-0 to the Panthers, and now they go to Miami. Do you think the Panthers have a chance to come back in that series? I mean, the Canes have a chance to come back?
No, I don't think they're coming back down 2-0. Matthew Tkachuk and those boys are just on fire. It's unbelievable. They manhandled Boston the last 3 games. They manhandled Toronto. I don't see any way they're not hoisting the cup, personally.
Okay, so you think the Panthers are going to win it all. Now, my question for you here is, is this Panthers team better than a season ago when they won the President's Trophy, the President's Cup, but didn't make it out of the first round?
No, you're right. Yeah, it's the President's Trophy. You're right. It's strange, eh? Like Virginia in basketball, they were the best team in the nation. They were out in the first round. They come back the next year, win it all, right? So you never know. It's all the chemistry of the team, but Florida, it's been a long time since I've seen a team play with the chemistry and And if you want to win a cup, you got to run all 4 lines, and they're running all 4 lines consistently. It's not. So
you're just giving Blaine a lot of PTSD.
Great way to start
Auburn basketball.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, quickly, Kirk. Before you go, quickly, Stars down 0-2 to the Vegas Golden Knights. How's that one going to end up?
Well, before the playoffs started, I thought Dallas was going to be representing the West, but I don't know. It's going to be. They got themselves they're in a real hole there. I mean, statistically, you got to put your money on Vegas, but yeah, we'll see. They might be able to come back. Some teams have come back down 2-0 after losing the first 2 games at home, but not too many.
Well, Kirk, we really appreciate it, man. What else you got?
Yeah, no, I was just those first 2 games were in Vegas, though, weren't they? So they're going home. So
Dallas is going home.
So if they win both at home, we got ourselves a series. But
yeah, we got a little series. All right, well, how about this? You call in either Wednesday or Friday, and let's catch up and see how this week of playoff hockey turns out. Otherwise, enjoy the woods, man.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
He sounds stoked.
All right, buddy. I love it. See you, Kirk.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Venu in Virginia. See, they just want to keep. I bet he's going to talk about Virginia.
I swear,
I bet that's what's going to happen. Venu in Virginia, what's going on? What do you got for us?
Hey, what's it going, guys? I'm in Blacksburg, so I'm more of a Virginia Tech fan.
Oh, okay, good.
There we go. Okay.
Gosh, I was close to losing my mind.
Gobble.
So actually, I want to give a quick shout out, Cone, to your alma mater, Michigan.
Talk to me.
You guys, your lacrosse team was 5-6 entering the month of May. You guys won the Big Ten tournament, beat the defending champs in Maryland, and made it all the way to the second weekend of the NCAA lacrosse tournament championships. First time in Michigan history. Huge shout out to your boys there.
No, I love it. Was that you who told us? Was that you who told? Because we had somebody in the Booster Club tell me about Michigan winning the lacrosse championship. Maybe it was a couple weeks ago, right, Blaine? Yeah. I'm not sure if that was you or not. But look, I mean, I'm glad Michigan can win it all in one of the sports. That's great.
Yeah, keep it to lacrosse.
Yeah. I mean, listen, as a lacrosse guy myself, obviously it's a big weekend for us. Memorial Day weekend, it's our Final Four. Personally, Tech doesn't have a team, but I grew up in Maryland, so I'm more of a Maryland fan. But that gets me to the point I really wanted to talk about, which is to brag about my Orioles. Guys,
brag on, buddy.
Wins, second best team in all of baseball. Blaine, your Yankees, I'm sorry, it's not happening. You guys got a little hot recently, but you're about to fall. All right.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, if you just listen to the names on the O's roster, Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Colton Cowser, does that not sound like an all-time baseball team? Grayson Rodriguez throwing heat. I mean, come on.
And they're young. They're young, too.
His name alone.
God, just Cedric Mullins, man, just can't get away from this guy. Ryan Mountcastle. I mean, y'all are good, dude. I like it's getting to the point, like, Adley Rutschman's one of my favorite players to watch in baseball. Just, the kid's an absolute stud in every level. Look, I mean, you can talk now. Just remember, bud. All right, just remember, it's a long season, and the Yankees are starting. Hold on, I just heard the microwave ding. They're starting to get heated. They're starting to heat up.
How about the top 2 teams in baseball, both in the AL East? The only 2 teams right now with over 30 wins. I love to see it. And look, there's a personal connection there too. With Freddie Freeman used to be the manager of the Braves. His daughter's my son's godmother, and now he's with the Orioles. I have some love for the Orioles, man.
Are you Orioles fans now?
I can come. Yankees I can be brought up. Not Yankees.
Orioles fan. You're such a front-running Frankie.
No. It's Braves all the way.
You're such a front-running.
It's Braves all the way. But you know what? Baltimore has been down, man. And I used to remember when they would come to. I don't think I went to Camden Yard, but when the Orioles would come to Turner Field, Cal Ripken Jr. would be over there just signing autographs for hours before the game would start. And I always liked the Orioles.
I think baseball needs Orioles to be good.
You think so?
Yeah, because the Orioles, I feel like the Orioles just won this, with the Cal Ripken angle, like when the Orioles are good, like baseball's good. Because the Yankees are always good. They're always going to blow it in the end. You got the Astros. Everybody knows who are a bunch of cheaters. Everybody knows that. But good. Hey, man, good luck to y'all, but I can't wait for us to be better.
Yeah, so Venu, how's this thing going to shake out here in the AL East? I mean, you got Tampa Bay still leading the division.
I mean, listen, I don't know if anyone's going to catch Tampa. I just don't know how that's going to happen. I'll be honest. I thought before the year, if we're just above 80 wins, if we're above 500, I'd be happy. So right now I'm elated. We've been garbage for the better part of since like 2016. I am just like over the moon right now. I'm full on. Camden Yards is rocking. We got a bird bath out there in left field. You know, we're hitting homers. We're shooting water fountains and water guns. It's a party out there.
And
I'm
y'all
just happy to.
And y'all are young, man.
That's the thing.
Y'all are young. Y'all are going to be good for a long time.
And Blue Jays last in the division there in the AL East, and they're over 500, 25 and 22. Listen to some of these teams too.
Row.
Twins leading the AL Central. Rangers leading the AL West. I mean, look what the Brewers and the Pirates 1-2 in the NL Central. Arizona Diamondbacks are having a good year. There's a lot of surprising teams out there. Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just exciting to be a baseball fan now.
Yeah, it is. No, it's great. Hey, Vanu, thanks for your call, man. I appreciate it. Check back in with us soon, man. Let's track how the Orioles are going throughout the season, all right?
Hey, no disappearing either when the Yankees start balling, all right, and we get in front of y'all. You better still be calling in.
I'll be here. I'll be here all the way through, boys.
See, because he's in the trust tree, man. He gets it. You know who we got next?
Who?
Cody in Illinois.
Here we
we're
go.
down a player.
Here we go.
We're down a player. I need you focused right now.
So does that mean the chat can help since we're down a player? Can we use the chat?
It's Cody's game. I'll let Cody make the rules. Cody, what's up, man?
Who's ready to play? What year is it?
I'd like to play.
I'll play, Coach.
So I will be reading you guys 5 clues from a specific year, and you're going to tell me what year it is. And once again, I will ask you guys not to use any electronic devices. Now, just because Jake's here doesn't mean we get to change that. Actually, I was thinking about it the other day while watching your guys' new Flying Blind. I was like, oh, let's just incorporate that for Blaine with what year is it, and we'll be good to go.
They did let us keep the blind for
Oh, so Cody, I love when you call in, brother. Come on.
All right, what you got for us, man? I'm going to get this year.
All right. So, collegiate champion. The Miami Hurricanes were named national champions in football by the AP poll.
The AP poll.
Professional champion. The Los Angeles Lakers won the NBA Finals. Sensational rookie. Luke Robitaille put up 82 points with the Los Angeles Kings and won the Calder Trophy as the league's most dominant rookie. Individual accomplishment. In a 3-man playoff in the Masters, on the last hole, Augusta native Larry Mize chipped in one of the most improbable shots in tournament history, and Greg Norman then missed the tying putt. Significant event, the Super Fight. A middleweight championship fight between Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler saw Leonard win the 12-round bout by split decision. What year is it, fellas?
All right, so Miami 2001.
Huddle.
Okay, so what years did Miami win the football championship and the Lakers won the NBA Finals? Now, 2001 seems a little bit too easy, and I don't know.
No,
Greg
it's
Norman,
not 2001.
It's got to be 80s, right?
Norman wasn't doing it 2001.
Yeah, and I can't remember what Sugar Ray Leonard.
It's 80s.
So all right, so 80s.
It's got to be. It's got to be late
88. I think Notre Dame won 87 or 88.
It's got to be late 80s.
All right. So think about those Magic years.
185.
Bird and the Celtics won a lot in the they were mid 80s, and then
185. I'm leaning 86 to 89.
I know, and I felt like Notre Dame won the championship in
87.
It's 87 or 88. And then let's see, what else did he say?
What was it?
Mize. When did Mize chip in? Sugar Ray Leonard. I don't know exactly what year Sugar.
We either need to go 88 or 87.
Okay.
What do you
feel?
What's the weather
let's try 88. Let's try 88.
You think it's 88?
Let's try it.
Let's go 87.
You want to go 87?
Let's go 87.
All right. He's making an executive decision here, Cody. Go ahead, tell him.
87.
All right. God. It is 1987.
Let's go, kid. Let's go. Come on, man.
What's up?
I love it.
What's up?
What year? So Notre Dame
What's
won
up?
it in '88 then?
Yes.
I think that's right.
Yes.
And
Notre Dame
Cody,
won it
you
the
can
following-
watch
the
this
following year.
episode. No electronics.
Yeah. Man, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Everybody was
Late
talking
80s.
a lot of ish. Hell, even the producer tried
So
to
that
give
would
me
have been
ish in
like
my
Jimmy
ear.
Johnson would have been the head coach on that team.
Correct.
That would have been the Magic days. And who did you say Sugar Ray beat?
Marvin Hagler.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
Marvin Hagler. So were
That
you
was a
with those
super
first two
fight.
clues? Were you trying to lead us to 2001?
Well, I just figure there's a lot of different times for the Lakers and the Hurricanes.
Yeah,
Well,
they're all really
so
good. A lot. I love
figured,
that one.
I figured I'd throw you off there.
Yeah, I love it, man. I
Well
love
done,
it.
Cody.
Nice work, Cody. Call in again soon. All right, we got Ross here in Florida. Ross, what's going on?
Hey guys, does Replacement Cone have any bets today?
What you got today, Replacement Cone?
I think he wants the Panthers money line.
He wants the Panthers
Ooh,
money line.
Panthers
Ooh, he might be
money
Bet
line.
Bud's. Hold on, he might be Bet Bud's baby cone.
Panthers.
Write that one down.
money
All right, you get to pick his
line.
second bet too. Replacement Cone gets 2 bets today. Ross, you're picking.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one up to y'all. I'm gonna leave the second one up to y'all.
All right.
I think
Maybe
he
the
wants-
next caller.
Okay, no, maybe
the
next caller.
Yeah,
gets
can
it.
pick Replacement Cone second
I
bet.
do want to throw in my call sign because y'all know y'all might have seen me in the chat back in a while, but I'll take the call sign Replacement Cone's biggest fan because we know he speaks
Replacement
so wrong.
Cone's
Replacement
You got
Cone's
fans out
biggest
here, kid. Look at
fan.
that. Wow, that
How much
ego. I won't hear the end of it on
Jake's
Twitter.
getting married.
I know.
Replacement Cone has the
Replacement Cone
biggest
has
fan.
fans and bodyguards, Brad and Thad.
I know. We're peaking right now.
I know,
We're
peaking. So, Ross, are you in Miami? Are you a big Panthers fan or what?
I am in Central Florida. I'm actually a Lightning fan, but there's a little deal with ESPN and the Lightning. I haven't been able to watch them all season, so I've been watching the Panthers since the beginning of the season, and they have just been electric for me all season. And I just want to talk to you about like the correlation between Miami Heat and the Panthers, both in Miami, are just, they seem linked up to me. And so with the Miami Heat going up 3-0 last night, and then the Panthers tonight, I think I got to take the Panthers.
Man, if the Panthers win the Stanley Cup, Blaine, and the Heat come out here and win the NBA Finals, maybe Mario Cristobal gets it figured out down there for the Hurricanes this year, you're not going to be able to talk to anyone from Miami.
No.
You're not going to be able to have
No.
any conversation.
And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Well, see,
they're
joke-
winning everything.
With Ross talking about he's a Tampa Bay fan, but can't watch the games because of all the blackout markets with the NHL. So he's like rooting for the Panthers now. See, the joke's going to be on the NHL and ESPN and all the TV rights when people just start rooting for other teams that they can watch and they still like enjoy hockey.
Dude, I tell you what, it's just so funny to me, right? I know we talk about it. From a state where there's no ice in the entire state, they're about to beat everybody in hockey. Everybody in hockey. Do we start a slogan in the South and hockey, it just means more? In Florida, hockey just means more.
Hey, I feel like Kirk will be calling in again real soon on that one.
He will.
Oh, man, I love it. I love it,
Boys,
Ross. You got to be feeling good right now.
We really only got one day that was like really cold this winter. And I think we had maybe just, I wouldn't say more than 10 days that were freezing down here in Central Florida.
Hey, are you a UCF fan?
I will claim UCF. I'll claim them.
Okay, what's your thoughts on Gus Malzahn?
I don't know. I think it's a little fishy.
He is a little fishy.
I don't know.
You're right.
With Malzahn.
It's extremely fishy.
He helped y'all win a national championship.
Yeah. I bet he did. Yeah, it was really good.
All right, we'll see. You're one in the Big 12. We'll see how that
have
goes,
fun.
man. Ross, appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, Ross.
All right, last one.
No.
Last one on a Monday.
No.
Andrew in Kansas. Andrew, 1, what's going on? 2, do you want to pick Replacement Cone's second bet today?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. If I had to pick Replacement Cone's second bet, I mean, let's just go for the Nuggets to win it all tonight.
So he's going bet buds with me and with Baby Cone.
Wow, that's a good bet right there.
Wow, all right. Replacement Cone, that's what you got, man. You got Panthers money line and Nuggets money line.
I got it right here.
Love it. Write it down.
The Lakers just don't have it. I'm sorry. Sweep them.
Sweep them.
Closet. Let's go.
So Andrew, you think they're going to get those brooms out tonight?
You know what?
In LA.
After watching it, there's no way to think any other way.
Now, do you think LeBron James, say what you will about LeBron, he doesn't, this is the type of moment where he can really like galvanize a team and say, hey, our backs are against the wall and really show up to play. Do you think that's the kind of LeBron we're going to get tonight? Or is there already enough quit in this team where they're saying, hey, the mountain's just too tall to come back on Denver down 3-0?
It's funny because that's where my question was going to go, but I don't think LeBron, he just doesn't have that killer instinct. I don't think there's any way they can pull it together and win a game or two. I think they're done.
If they were the more talented team, maybe you could envision a situation where they come back. But like you've already said, Blaine,
right.
We were already talking. I mean, Jake took the Nuggets before the series, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was leaning towards the Nuggets before the series. They don't really have, like, the Lakers have been playing well. That's the problem. Like, Anthony Davis had 40 points in the first game, right? What did he have the other day? 28 and 12, you said? Something like that?
28 and 18.
28 and 18. So them playing bad's not really the problem.
Yeah, I know. So, it comes down to the role players, in my opinion,
and defense,
and defense. And I think the Nuggets role players are a lot better than what the Lakers. I think people don't realize how important Michael Porter Jr. is in this series, just from a scoring and rebounding standpoint. Like the Lakers don't have that, and when you're starting point guard and D'Angelo Russell scoring 3 points, I mean, you're not going to beat a team like the Nuggets, even with LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
So, Andrew, you got the Nuggets winning the NBA Finals this year?
I hope not. Well, that kind of leads into my question. So I was on the road for work Friday night, so I caught the Heat game. Well, I was watching switching between the Heat and the Celtics, and then the Knights and the Stars there. When that was an epic game, the Stars and the Knights, that was an awesome game.
Mm-hmm.
But the Heat, you got down to the fourth quarter there. I think it was 3-4 minutes left in the game. And Grant Williams hit that three, and then he just goes and talks to Jimmy Butler. And you knew from the look on Jimmy Butler's face that game was over. And boy, let me tell you, the killer came out in him, and they put that game away. I'm not an NBA fan, but I might go buy me a Jimmy Butler jersey.
I love Jimmy Butler. I love it. You go back
Jimmy Butler for this,
and I don't know if you remember when Jimmy Butler was on the Heat and they played against Jokic, the Nuggets, and at least Jokic and Markieff Morris got into it, and Jokic came kind of full speed and hit him in the back, and it got thrown out, and some of the Heat players got thrown out. The Heat's team were waiting outside the door of the locker room for the Nuggets for Jokic to come out.
Wow.
And that's who the Heat are. Like, the Heat are one of those guys, if one of your boys get into it, all of your boys are going to get into it. Like, you can tell they're just the chemistry of these guys are top tier. Just because, they're not the top talented. That's how you know the chemistry is so good.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I love about this, and I love about this whole show, is Andrew has said he's not an NBA fan. Yeah, he can call on here and talk about the NBA for 5 to 10 minutes, because that's the greatness of sports.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just, go ahead.
We have 4 epic series going right now, 2 in hockey and 2 in basketball, and I'm here for it. It's awesome.
I am too. Thanks so much, Andrew. Hey, call in again soon, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
See you, man.
Great calls.
Man, some great calls on Monday to set the tone, kid.
Jeez.
We got what you got in the Booster Club, or you're going to handle bets today for us?
I am. Do you want to get to some donations on here?
Hit me.
Okay, Brian Hall, $5. I bet you just love hearing all this.
What
I bet you're just out there smiling. You're like a kid in a candy store.
Well, tell me first.
Sorry, Blaine. Goats don't get swept.
Goats don't
MJ
get
Steele, the GOAT. Yeah, the GOAT who couldn't get out of the first round until he got Scottie Pippen. That's crazy, right? But he's the GOAT.
For sure. I'm glad you agree. You know what else is the GOAT? Cinch. All right. We talked earlier about Memorial Day is around the corner and you're going to grill up your steaks. Good luck doing that When you don't have any propane in the tank, our friends at Cinch can help, though. Picture the perfect summer night. Imagine the warm breeze on your face as you lounge in your favorite chair outside. The grill is just sizzling with juicy burgers. The aroma of food is irresistible, and your mouth waters as you wait for it to be cooked to perfection. Now imagine what this perfect summer night would look like if you went and turned on the grill and your propane tank is empty.
No!
It's not a good look. You don't want to be the guy hosting the barbecue and you don't have any propane. That's where our friends at Cinch come in clutch. Cinch is a propane grill tank home delivery service. I've used it. The tank is right there on my front door right when I get home. They deliver propane tanks right there on schedule and do not require any long-term commitments or subscription. Plus, delivery is completely contactless, which I'm not even excited about because I like to give the guy a high five and say, nice job, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's out here crushing it for me. You don't have to wait around at home. Track the order on the Cinch app from anywhere. The perfect summer night wouldn't be complete without Cinch. So go to cinch.com. That's CYNCH.com, or download the Cinch app and use promo code BOOSTER, BOOSTER, to get your first tank exchange for just $10. That's CYNCH.com, promo code BOOSTER, BOOSTER. This is a limited time offer and you must live within a Cinch service area. To redeem it, visit cinch.com/offer for details, B.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, well done right there, sir.
Hey, thank you, man.
Cinch. Hey, I mean, they're the pros of propane.
What good is it having the Good Rancher steaks that you've marinated and you've seasoned up a little bit?
Gosh.
You can't even grill them.
Why am I hungry now?
Can't grill them.
Let's get the grill going.
Let's do it.
Want me to go get these bets?
Do it.
Huh? You want me to go get these bets?
You need me to read any donos or
Cole
what?
Frink has a question right there if you want to ask.
Is that Cole Frink?
Yeah.
Hashtag Ask Crane and Co. What golf clubs do y'all use? Boy, good question and a timely question, Cole, because I was actually thinking about springing for some PXGs. I really want those clubs, but at the same time,
okay,
I got 2 babies and a mortgage. Do I really need to go get in the PXGs right now? So to answer your question, for the last 14 years, I've been playing Nike Pro combos that I bought off of Morgan Trent, one of our defensive backs at Michigan. And I've always liked those clubs, but they don't fit me. They just don't fit me.
Are they way too small or?
You've seen me hit. You're asking if they're way too small.
Well, dude,
I look like I'm up there. I look like I'm picking the ball up.
We went to Topgolf.
We did go to Topgolf.
Hey, I tell you what, I know you're basically hitting off of this, but your swing looked great.
Thank you, man.
You're
that
welcome.
was fun. Your swing looked good. You were 5-iron to the net.
Dude, look, I can hit it forward. Like the only thing about it is like it just has to go straight. So that's the only thing that sucks when it comes to golf. All right, Cone, how'd you do over the weekend betting?
Buddy, I don't even remember. 3-3 on your brother's wedding day, and then yesterday, I don't even know.
Yeah, I did absolutely terrible, but you know what? We're going to pick it up. All right. It's a new week. It's new us. We got replacement Cone here, who apparently has bets, and he's taking the Nuggets money line and the Panthers money line, I believe, if I'm correct. All right, this is what I'm starting with. I don't know if Jake's sending in his bets or not. I know he just landed off the plane. I'm sure the last thing he's worried about right now is making bets for the show.
I think he's going to make them.
Yeah, you're probably right. He's probably already
sweating out his bets on wedding night.
Yeah, I know. All right, give me A's. Mariners, Nerfy, I'm going back to it, -136. Logan Gilbert, I'm pretty sure, is on the mound.
Oh, is he?
Absolutely spinning. And the A's just aren't really good at baseball. So I feel like I feel good about that. And then goes Astro Brewers, another Nerfy, -120. We will get the results updated. I'm waiting for our boy Benny to send me those. Coney, what you taking?
All right, give me 1 second here. We're having a golf clubs discussion here.
Those are great discussions.
Michael's telling me I need to get pings. Which look, I love ping. I love ping drivers especially, but I've never had. Actually, I used to play the Ping i3s. So those were the irons before I had the Pro Combos.
Can't go Nike.
Anyway, all that to say, here's what I'm taking tonight. Nuggets money line. I guess replacement Cone and I are going to be bet buds. That's +130. Love getting in the plus money there. Nuggets on the road. And then Kane's money line also on the road. That's -105. Look, you got to go figure it out. You can't just get swept by the Panthers.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Go
figure it out. Let's make it a series. Come on.
Whatever. I just want the Panthers to win it. Florida needs it. All right, little Ace, huh? Ace going Panthers money line because he's a grown-up. That's why. All right.
He is not a grown-up.
Then he goes Braves money line -150 because he's a homer. Hey, big week for the boys. All right. realistically, just me, I need to win a month for one time in my life.
Yeah, for one time in your life.
That would be
Get out of
great.
here with that.
Give me that.
Why don't you just cry collusion on the bets, Blaine?
I'm not colluding.
Hey, that's my thing. All right? You can't just go crying collusion. That's my thing.
Like, he's the colluder. All right?
Blaine always cries collusion.
All right, poll.
All
right.
What we got today?
Who has a better chance to come back and win their series? Celtics
Yeah.
or Lakers?
Lakers. The answer is... See, the thing is, the Lakers have actually been playing good. The Celtics have been playing awful, so that leaves more room for improvement. So I'll say the Celtics plus. I don't think they're on the LeBron train and the Booster Club. Celtics, 73%.
Okay, I'm going to say. All right. All right. Lakers, 40%.
Okay.
Celtics,
60-40, huh?
60%. I just want everybody in the chat to know, all right, LeBron's the GOAT. All right. I just want everybody to know this. I'll receive all the hate in the world. I don't care if they get swept or not.
Sounds like it's time for another $2 dono from our boy Cole
LeBron
Frank.
is the GOAT. Get #get over it. Great show, David.
Hey, that was fun.
That was fun, man.
Any
Replacement
parting
cone, you did great.
Yeah, you did great.
Whatever.
Sitting there taking all the credit.
Look good, though. I mean,
God, this guy gained the biggest fan today. You kidding me? Replacement cone's biggest fan. And he
isn't
has
it great
two
we have a
bodyguards.
cone sitting here who has fans?
Golly.
He's your kin.
Yes, he is.
your
I guess
kin.
he is. What else is there? Anything else, PJ, back there in the booth?
No, sir.
Ooh, did you, Cole Frank, $2 donation, Blaine? I have a question. Do you like my super chats? No, Cole. It's a love-hate relationship. One, I love that you're donating. Two, I hate that every donation you say is a lie. All right, it's a lie. LeBron's the GOAT.
I personally love him.
LeBron's the GOAT.
Why don't you sign us off today, kid?
Ooh, really?
Sign us off today.
All right. David Cohn, Blake Crane, just like Jake, being single. We're going.